Instantly, I'm like panicking. If I had to say to you, what is something that stresses me out a lot or like is a constant stress for me, what would come to mind?
I don't know how to answer this question without sounding like an asshole.
No, that's okay.
I feel like there's some times that you will like find stresses.
But
Would you stress about not stress? Like if you're not stressing about something, you're like, oh my God, I should be stressing about something.
But I'm talking like the main things that really stress me out.
Parking.
That is a good one. That is not what I'm talking about though.
Being on time, not letting people down.
Time is like such a big one. I hate being late. I hate being a burden or like making someone else late.
That's what I mean, letting people down because you were 3 minutes late.
Yeah.
Heaven forbid. Oh my God, they'll be so mad. I've wasted 3 minutes of their life.
Yeah. Or like, I'm like, oh my God, am I being really disrespectful that I was like late for a meeting or whatever? Yeah. It doesn't actually happen very often, so don't have to worry about it. But I spend so much time worrying about time.
And the consequences of time.
Yeah, that then it just like ruins a lot of experiences. At the moment, Torbs and I, our friends Josh and Bree, we've got a bit of like a restaurant hit list going. Like there's a few restaurants around Melbourne that we've wanted to try and kind of go, oh, we probably can't really just go the two of us because, you know, when you go with a big group and you get to order heaps of shit and try lots of stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas like when it's just Torbs and I, I'm like, we have really similar taste in food. So often we go, well, I really like the look of that. And he goes, me too. We order the same thing. Then I'm like, oh, I don't even get to try another thing.
Yeah.
So we've kind of been thinking about all these restaurants we want to go to. We went to this place over the weekend that I have been really, really excited to go to.
On your hit list for a while.
Really sexy restaurant. Yeah. And we thought, oh, we'd love to go there. And we got a booking. It's like always books out. We finally got a booking and we were supposed to be going at 6:30 over the weekend. We get there. It is stunning on the inside, like beautiful vibe, like really chill, kind of low lighting, real sexy.
So it is sexy, yeah.
And everybody that's there is kind of like, it's an intimate dinner. We sat down for our reservation. It's for 6:30 and I just was like taking it in.
Yeah.
There's like a piano player. It was really fancy. And so I already felt like pretty out of place. Okay. I'm not that fancy. What was I wearing?
Yeah.
I wore a black dress, like long dress, with like white polka dots on it. And I was wearing like a little silk headband. I had a red lip.
A red lip?
Yeah. I actually do have a photo. Do you want to see?
I love you on a red lip.
Thank you.
You know I'm pro red lip.
Yeah, I do. I was going to wear a red lip today and I didn't.
And you slept in. Oh, you look great.
Thank you.
I'd have sex with you.
Thank you.
When you say I feel out of place, I get it.
But I was really feeling myself.
At you, I go, fucking, she looked, no.
Oh, thank you. So it wasn't
she must dine here all the time.
Well, yeah, so it wasn't that I felt like I didn't like fit in. I just felt like, whoa. This is nice.
It's another world.
Anyway, so we're sitting down and Josh and Bree are like on their way. But so we're at a table for 4 and there's only 2 of us. So obviously it's very clear that some of our party haven't arrived yet. Yeah. And a waiter comes over, pours us some water, is very chill, very like...
Still or sparkling?
Still, every time.
Yep.
And it's just so romantic and like... everything, like you just think that every single person on a table around you is going to get engaged. Like it is like a romantic, beautiful, chill, just delicious atmosphere. Like honestly, like you felt like you were not in Melbourne. It was honestly like I cannot rave about this place more.
You know how we said how exciting it is when you see a bride in the wild?
Yes.
Like just out on the weekend?
Yeah.
I've never experienced this.
Me either, but I'd fucking die.
I reckon someone proposing in the restaurant, if you're just a bystander, you're just eating your meal, you'd be like, bring some more champagne
I
over.
would squeal.
Yeah,
I would,
like, this is
I would
beautiful.
be beside myself.
Give me the backstory. Tell me everything.
I filmed it. Let me airdrop it to you. Like,
oh, that would be unreal.
So but that's kind of the vibe. It's like so chill, so easygoing. They come over, they're pouring the water, and they go, "Are you just waiting for the others?" We go, "Yeah, all good." Torbs and I start chatting because we're like, oh my God, how beautiful is this place? And then I checked my phone and Bree's like, oh, another 3 minutes, but we'll be there soon. The guy comes over and says again, probably 5 minutes later, oh, did you want me to grab you a cocktail while you're waiting for your friends? And we're like, oh, yeah. And he goes, yeah. Like, you know, might as well. Like, be rude not to.
Yeah.
And he goes, what can I get you? And I was like, oh, I'll have a dirty martini gin with an olive.
Right, someone is wearing her best clothes. Look at that. And
Torbs ordered a French 75.
Whoa.
And so, yeah, it was hot,
wow.
guys.
Jesus.
Yeah, I might be pregnant. Anyway, and so we order these cocktails and I'm like, oh, a cocktail in like a fancy restaurant, that's going to take a while to come. Like, but it's so, it's so fun.
Yep.
Anyway, Josh and Bree get there. Someone else walks over, pours them some water. Can I take your coats? Can I get you a cocktail?
Yep.
Like, it's just so sexy, so chill. Anyway, this waitress comes over and her energy is fucked.
What do you mean?
She comes over and she goes, yep, what can I get you? And she's got the little piece of paper and she's fucking scribbling on a little piece of paper. Instantly, you're in Melbourne. No one's getting proposed to. Like, your fucking martini's got dick in it. And fucking, like, just the whole, like, the illusion of this, just the whole.
She took you out of it.
Took me completely out of it.
And she was really that like.
So she comes over and she's like, and I was like, hi, how are you? And she goes, yeah, busy. But, like, because it's such a nice, like, vibe, I don't even notice it's like there's people there, but like
but for her is busy, for you is like there's a vibe, there's some excitement in the room.
You don't tell people it's you're
in hospitality, just smile.
And like I get it when it's busy, and I went, oh well, at least it's going quicker, ha ha ha.
Yeah, classic
that
line.
classic.
Yep.
And then she goes, yeah, I guess so.
The fuck?
And I was just like, holy shit. I'm like in a daze a little bit because I'm like, hang on, like I'm being snapped out of this beautiful vibe. And she goes, cool, so what can I get you? And I was like, oh, we've actually just ordered drinks. Like they hadn't even come yet.
Yeah.
And she goes, oh, well, I'll let you know that it's limited amount of time that you can be seated for. And we were like, oh, shit, we actually didn't. Sorry.
How long?
And she goes, 2.5 hours you've got. And I was like, so ages. We've been here for 10,
that
15
feels like
minutes.
Fine. And
like,
but it didn't feel like she was trying to wrap you up.
Yeah, so she goes, we've got a limited seating amount. Like you can't just be sitting here all night. We've got another seating after you.
Well, maybe if you spent less time, stop wasting my time complaining and more time fucking getting my food ready, it wouldn't be a fucking issue.
And so I go, oh, well, we actually just sat down. I haven't even, so I'm so sorry. Instantly, I'm like panicking. I was like, oh, okay, sorry. We haven't even looked at the menu yet. And she goes, oh. And then Bree goes, oh, like, can you just give us 2 minutes? Classic,
very
like,
totally fine.
Do you mind just giving us 2 minutes?
Yeah.
And she goes, oh, 2 minutes. And she walks off, storms off.
What the fuck?
And comes back, not even kidding, 2 minutes later to the fucking
Like she was
tea.
standing there watching
Like
her
she
watch.
was standing there with a fucking stopwatch, like we were doing the fucking beep test.
Yeah.
And she fucking standing there, and then she's all of a sudden she's back. She goes, cool, what do you want?
It's been 2 minutes. What is it?
Literally. And so I was kind of like, oh, it's one of those places where you just pay like for 2 courses, or you pay for 3 courses, and there's like 5 entrees, 5 mains, and
So you
5
pick a
desserts,
couple
and
of
you
each,
just pick one of each.
Big plate, small plate.
Yeah. And then they also had all of these nibbles, like hors d'oeuvres, I guess, whatever.
Yeah.
And they had like all this shit on there, and then they had a couple of other random like fancy things.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to do some random fancy things.
Yeah, because like you said, there's 4 of you.
Let's
Let's get
of
some
us,
random
we can
shit.
all try everything. And so she comes back, and we'd all discussed as a table that we were going to do like 2 fancy things, 1 hors d'oeuvre, and then we were all going to do 3 meals.
Great.
So we're all going to do an entree and a main and a dessert.
Yep.
And I go, okay, cool. So for one of the hors d'oeuvres, can we do blah? And she goes, oh, yep. And she like writes that down. And then I go, great. And then I think we're all going to do the 3 meal option. And she goes, one of the hors d'oeuvres can be part of the 3 meal. And I was like, oh, no. Like, we want to share that.
Is this the opposite of upselling?
It was like, and so there's all this beautiful music. I'm like, we're sipping our cocktails.
Does
It's
she
like
even work
beautiful.
there?
It's like so horrifying. Then she's like, you can do that as one of the meals. And I was like, oh, are we actually able to do it separately?
Yeah.
Because we all want to try it. Like, oh, there's so much lovely stuff on the menu. Like, we all want to try it. And she goes, oh, I don't think we'll have enough time. And I was like, we've actually only been here for like 15 minutes. Like, we've still got 2 hours and 15 minutes left. Like, is that really not enough time? Like, I'm starting to panic. She's freaking out. And she's like, oh, fine, we can do it. I'm like, okay. And then I like tell her the rest of my stuff.
Yeah.
And then it goes around the table and somebody else orders something similar to me. She goes, that serving's huge. We'll just get you one of those, and like crosses. Like, it wasn't like, oh, you could actually share that. Do you want to pick something else?
Yeah.
It was like, no, we're doing that. Anyway.
Can you start, I'm not saying you're wrong, but can you just pretend to be on my side?
It felt like we were
The enemy.
like getting wrapped up. And I was like, we've barely sat down.
We just sat down.
And there's all that. It's just
And
like.
I'm paying you.
It was like this beautiful vibe. And then that just really rushed the whole thing.
Was she hustling other tables as well? 'Cause
I didn't see if she was, but I guess we were like seated in her like section. So
Yeah.
I'm guessing she did.
Yeah.
So the food came out and then like the first thing came out and then she comes over, she goes, "Well, you finished with that? Do you want some like," and we were just like, "Oh my God." And she like brings over this bread and like knocks over a cocktail and like just like all this stuff just kept happening. And I was just so panicked. And then we were like sitting there, we like had finished eating and like the whole experience was amazing.
Except for
The person that was fucking, conveying all the information.
Did you consider like politely like asking the manager, like, "Hey, can you mind just like swapping her out?"
But I wouldn't do that.
It's like she's actually ruining my night.
I just felt so rushed. Like we'd finished eating and we kind of had all finished our drinks. And I was like, "Oh, guys, like we should go," because they're obviously like really pushing us out. So I got up and just went to the front and was like, "Oh, can I pay?" They're like, "Oh, why didn't you just ask?" And I was like, "Oh, because we were told we had to go." She's like, "Oh, no, there's like no one seated after you."
What time is it? Do you have time to spare?
I think we were supposed.
It's not like you're at 2 hours and 28 minutes and she's like,
no.
And there's 3 other people waiting at the door ready to hustle your table.
So we sat down at 6:30.
Yeah.
She said that we had a 2.5 hour seating, which is heaps of time. So what's that, 9 o'clock?
Yeah.
I think that when I went up to the front, it was 5 to 9. And by the time like we actually like had paid and they got our coats and everything, it was like 9:15 and no one had
come after.
There wasn't like more people lining up like waiting for a spot or whatever. But I was just like, it was so stressful and I was just like really disappointed because I was like, to do things like that, like it's not cheap.
No,
so
you want to enjoy the night.
Yeah, it's like the experience of the whole, like the food honestly was amazing. Everything was great. It was just like such a but I just like immediately I was like on the defensive because I'm like, "Oh my God, we fucked up here." And then I'm like, "Well, hang on, like I'm coming into your restaurant."
Did you bite back?
No, I didn't. I was maybe sassy once.
Ooh.
Because so one of the things, like, so when we said we ordered the 2 of the same dessert, she goes, "That's actually huge. You can share that. Not doing that for you twice." She's like, "It's part of the experience that you try other things. Maybe you should, live outside the box."
What the fuck?
I know, right? And then Josh was like, "Oh, yeah, okay, well, instead of that, then I'll get this thing." And he goes, "Oh, but is that weird?" And I was like, "No, it's part of the experience. You're supposed to live outside the box." Like, so there was a cut. I did do that. Thank you, Cam. I am good at that.
Did she hear that?
She was standing right next to me. That was the only
And did you say it with a bit of attitude?
Yeah, I did. That was the only dicky thing that I said. Just because I was like, "Yo, like we're sitting here for a beautiful experience. Like maybe we're not as fucking rich as all the other people in here, but I fucking deserve, like I've made the booking. I'm going to pay when I fucking leave. Like I deserve to not be made feel shit." I wanted to like pretty woman her and be like, "Big mistake. Huge." Yeah. Like fucking like.
Have you considered like messaging
I
through?
don't know because it actually, I would be like, I'm really disappointed because it's actually not something that I'll probably ever go and do again.
Oh, you'll never go back there.
Well, the food was amazing though.
Yeah, but there's amazing food everywhere in Melbourne. It's the services and stuff that you remember.
It was expensive.
What if you send a message like this, Toni? You go, "I loved coming into your restaurant. However, I would hate someone else to have the experience I had."
And make it like I'm paying it forward rather than like.
Yeah, to save future.
That is actually true though,
and
because
to the business owner, imagine the cook had shattered he would be if he found out that he'd poured his heart and soul into this meal only to learn that the person carrying out was an asshole and really took the edge off your night. Because instead of getting home and talking about the great dish that the guys and girls in the kitchen did, that you're actually here going, "Oh, how fucked was that? I felt so nervous and anxious and couldn't appreciate it."
And just the fact that like it was this incredible vibe and it was like that glass shutter moment as soon as she came over and was like, "Busy." It's like, it's like an illusion, especially at a place like that. I mean, it's not a fucking Subway. If you go up to a fucking Subway and the guy goes, "I'm 16, it's busy, can you fucking tell me what chicken you want, bitch?" is completely different.
Well, it's still pretty strong. Still pretty strong.
But it's completely different from going somewhere where you're paying and it's not something I get to do a lot.
Yep.
And so I was like, fuck, this is such a bougie experience. It's such a shame.
That sucks. Fuck that bitch.